All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars in today's video. I think your offseason's been super interesting thus far. Mainly secondary moves and mainly offensive line moves. And those are two things the Jags really needed to improve on. But where we're going to divert our attention to in about a month now is the NFL draft. And that's really where you're going to see the Jaguars make a bunch of moves. But some of the headliners thus far, a week and a half into free agency, we've got Diami Brown, Robert Hainsey, Jordan Lewis, Patrick McCarry, Eric Murray. I like it. I like it all. Keep in mind, man, this is a 4-13 team that was decimated by injuries. In 2022, though, they won the AFC South. They made the playoffs. They had a winning record. So this team really isn't that far off. And BTJ, the running back room, Trevor Lawrence, the Jags should not be 4-13. All right. Now, Liam Cohn is the big move. So I live here in the Tampa area. Just watched the Players Championship at Sawgrass near you guys, or in Jacksonville last week. And I figured what perfect time to make a Jags video, because Liam Cohn is an offensive mastermind. He's the guru. And 39 years old. He gets, ridiculed on social media for kind of seeming awkward, but he's going to be a very big difference maker in this offense next season. And that's no matter who they get in the draft, no matter what they do. That's why I'm intrigued by the Jaguars, because of the GM and Liam Cohn at the head coaching position. And don't even get me started on your offensive coordinator. The kid is so young. He's like 29 years old. And every coach, like KOC, loves the guy. I think he's an offensive brilliant dude. So I know that sentence didn't make too much sense, but my point is the Jags offense, no matter what additions, what subtractions, Evan Ingram example, the Jags offense will be better next season. But the big move is the GM. That's what I am excited about. We're going to talk about free agency in 30 seconds here, but James Gladstone, the Rams 2022 missed the playoffs, and look at them now. And Gladstone is a big reason because of that. And he mentioned, a couple of weeks ago that he wants to build the Jaguars roster through the draft and use free agency as a supplementary tool. So when I saw the headline from ESPN, Jaguars surprisingly tabbed for the most head-scratching free agency signings, I was questioning it because I'm thinking, I don't think they really know what's going on and what they're trying to do, what Gladstone's trying to do. So folks, welcome back to the channel. Obviously, we're talking about the Jaguars. We're going to get into free agency. I'm sorry it's taken me 3 minutes. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Folks, I'm so sorry. I did not post a Jaguars video in the year of 2024. I apologize so much. We covered the NFL. I didn't post the Jags in 2024. That is certainly going to change. Let's start with Jordan Lewis. So the biggest issue for the Jaguars defense last season specifically was the pass defense. They were terrible. They were the worst secondary in the National Football League as far as statistics go. They gave up 257.4 passing yards per game. So that's why you see Jordan Lewis and Eric Murray joining this team. But Jordan's on a 3-year, $30 million contract. $20 million of that is guaranteed. In 2024, he had a phenomenal PFF grade, 71.7. He was born and bred, or not born or bred, in Dallas, maybe bred in Dallas. My point is, he played his entire NFL career thus far. He's 29 with the Dallas Cowgirls. Last year, his final season with Dallas, he had one of the best years of his career. Right in the slot, ranked 7th amongst cornerbacks in advanced PFF coverage grade at 78.2. So immediate upgrade, immediate day one starter. Great in the nickel, but I know you already got a great nickel guy, so we're going to see what that secondary looks like as far as positional goes. But Jordan Lewis, I give it at least an A-. They got head scratched because of some of the money, like 3 years, $30 million, I guess is a bad deal for Jordan Lewis. Day one of free agency, you always overpay, especially when you're a 4-13 team and you know who your guys are and you want to go out there and get your guys. You're going to overpay just a little bit. But as far as overpaying 3 years, $30 million, I don't see that. I think it was a great move. And then we go to the offensive line real quick with Robert Hainsey and Patrick McCarry. Hainsey's a little interesting because he only started one game last season, but he had a 73.3 PFF grade, 3-year, $21 million contract. And that's where the ridicule, the head scratching kind of comes in, because it's like, he didn't start a game, or he started one game last season. They probably didn't need to pay him $21 million, $7 million a year, but they did. And it's because he played with Liam Cohen and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But he was actually at his best in 2022 when he earned a 66.7 PFF overall grade. But he's a very solid pass blocker, all right? Former third-round pick. He's still young, out of Notre Dame, my favorite college. The last season as a starter did not go as planned, just got beat out for the position, so he's no longer obviously with Tampa, but he will be the starting center for Jacksonville next season. And then real quick, Patrick McCarry, another quote-unquote head scratcher because of the contract. Just here's my point. People are making fun of Jacksonville because of the contract amount, not because of their actual signings. People think the signings are good, but they're ridiculing them for the amount of money that they handed these guys. So McCarry comes in $20 million guaranteed, 3-year, $37.5 million. He is coming off the worst PFF grade of his season, but he did have a 95% pass block win rate. That was 18th amongst all interior linemen, according to ESPN. And he's extremely versatile. He can play and has played all across the entire offensive line in a pinch. So if injuries come up, he can move. He's extremely versatile. All right. And also in 2023, he had a very good year, probably the best year of his NFL career, but he's coming over from Baltimore. And then going back to the defense, Eric Murray, 3-year, $22.5 million contract. I really like it. He's a solid run stopper. He is going to be 31 this upcoming season. So you got two guys kind of entering the wrong side of 30, but they're 29 and 30. So it's not like age is really that big of a deal. But I like the move of Eric Murray because once again, they were the worst pass defense in the NFL last season. And then also real quick, Diami Brown, I really like that move. 1 year, $10 million contract. BTJ is the future and he is the truth. And we saw it last season. And, now, the draft is going to be really interesting because the Jags have the 5th overall pick. They also have the 36th overall pick, so they kind of have an early first and a late first. But they also have 2 third-round picks, pick number 70 and pick number 88. So yeah, I've seen you guys mocked Abdul Carter. I've seen you mocked Travis Hunter. I've seen Mason Graham. We'll wait probably a couple more weeks till we get into actual Jaguars draft talk. Travis Hunter would be crazy. But folks, let me know down below who you want, regardless of how free agency went and is going to go. Let me know who your guy at pick number 5 is. But folks, at the end of the day, that's really all I got. The Jags are going to do most of their damage in the draft, just like the Los Angeles Rams did in the last couple of seasons. And that paired up with Trevor Lawrence, BTJ, the great running back room, and obviously Liam Cohen, I feel good about the Jaguars' future, no matter what 2025 brings. Trevor Lawrence, by the way, I think is underrated, man. I don't really get why everyone hates him in the NFL. That's all for me. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. Folks, if you want more Jags videos, let me know down below. I'm so sorry. I don't know how I went a whole calendar year without posting a team. Anyways, that's it for me. Give me a grade for Jacksonville's free agency thus far. We'll see you in a couple of days. Peace.